Now we celebrate.
Celebrate
I
life.
celebrate my life. Okay? You also have to celebrate your life. Be happy.
Thank you, sister.
So have a nice day.
Happy feast day to you. Happy feast day to you. Happy feast day, dear sister. Happy feast day to you. May God bless you, we pray. May God bless you, we pray. May God bless you, dear sister. May God bless you, we pray. Happy long life to you. Happy long life to you. Happy long life, dear sister. Happy long life to you. May God sunshine on you. May God sunshine on you. May God sunshine, dear sister. May God sunshine on you. May He bless you, we pray. May He bless you, we pray. May He bless you and lead you toward your Son, we pray. Happy feast day, sister.
There is a priceless jewel in the world that can turn evil into good. It is that of love. There is another diamond that increases the worthiness of a queen's crown to another level. It is that of vigor. And when these two red gems blend with the blue of the heaven, they open up gates to a 143 years old metaphorical garden of Hesperides. A place where Our Lady not only resides amidst the harmony of the sparrows and the sanctity of 1,000 garlands, but also in our hearts. A place where each corner teaches us a new lesson. A place where even walls open up gates to new opportunities. Yes, you are correct. This place is none other than our school, our second home, a place we all yearn for in these difficult situations. A very warm morning to Reverend Sister Elsie, our provincial superior, Reverend Sister Digna, our school manager, Reverend Sister Manjusha, our principal, sisters, teachers, and all my fellow Ramneeites present here. 8th of September is a very special day for all of us, as this day marks the birthday of Mother Mary, the mother of Lord Jesus Christ. Before we proceed further with the assembly, I would like to wish all of you a very happy feast day.
Dance is meditation in movement, a walk into silence where every movement becomes a prayer. We now commence our assembly with a prayer dance.
हमारी सहायनी कुर्बानी और बनी तू मुक्ति की सहायनी। हे माँ मरियम हमारी सहायनी, तूने सबके दुख दर्द को जानी। बेटा तेरा दे रहा था क्रूस पर कुर्बानी, तू ही तो सारे जगत की माता बनी। बेटा तेरा दे रहा था क्रूस पर कुर्बानी, तू ही तो सारे जगत की माता बनी। खुदा ने की संसार पर ऐसी मेहरबानी, खुदा ने की संसार पर ऐसी मेहरबानी, मंजूरी देकर बनी तू मुक्ति की सहायनी। हे माँ मरियम हमारी सहायनी, तूने सबके दुख दर्द को जानी। तेरी सबसे निराली कहानी, इसलिए तू स्वर्ग की है रानी। हे माँ हे माँ हे माँ मरियम।
St. Mary's Convent College, with its working ideologies, thoughts, actions, teachers, students, and management, is dedicated to St. Mary, the mother of our Lord Jesus Christ. Mother Mary is a patron saint of our school. To reflect upon the life of Mary, I would like to call girls of class 9A.
A young girl when the angel Gabriel came to her. She had recently engaged to a carpenter called Joseph. Mary was an ordinary Jewish girl looking forward to marriage, but suddenly her life changed forever.
Mary in the Bible. Mary appears by name in the Synoptic Gospels and in the book of Acts. Luke contains the most references to Mary and places the greatest emphasis on her role in God's plan. Mary is mentioned by name in the genealogy of Jesus, in the Annunciation, in Mary's visit with Elizabeth, in Jesus' presentation in the temple, and in the Nazarene's rejection of Jesus. In Acts, she is referred to as Mary, the mother of Jesus. She participates with the community of believers and pray with the apostles. The Gospel of John never mentions Mary by name, but refers to her as mother of Jesus, which is seen in the account of wedding at Cana and standing near the cross at the crucifixion.
The calling of Mary. Fearful and troubled, Mary found herself in the presence of the angel Gabriel, listening to his announcement. She could never have expected to hear the most incredible news that she would have a child and her son would be the Messiah. Although she could not comprehend how she would conceive the Savior, she responded to God with humble belief and obedience. Although Mary's calling held great honor, it would demand great suffering too. There would be pain in childbirth and motherhood, as well as in the privilege of being the mother of the Messiah.
Mary's strength. The angel told Mary, in Luke chapter 1, verse 28, that she was highly favored by God. This phrase simply meant that Mary had been given much grace or unmerited favor from God. Even with God's favor, Mary would still suffer much. Although she would be highly honored as the mother of the Savior, she would have to suffer a lot. Her beloved son was rejected and crucified. Mary's submission to God's plan would cost her dearly. Yet she was willing to be God's servant. God knew that Mary was a woman of rare strength. She was the only human being to be with Jesus throughout his entire life, from birth until death. She gave birth to Jesus as her baby and watched him die as her savior. Mary also knew the scriptures. When the angel appeared and told her the baby would be God's son, Mary replied, I am the Lord's servant. May it be to me as you have said. She knew of the Old Testament prophecies about the coming Messiah.
Mary's weaknesses. Mary was young, poor, and female. These qualities made her unsuitable in the eyes of a people to be used mightily of God. But God saw Mary's trust and obedience. He knew she would willingly serve God in one of the most important callings ever given to a human being. God looks at our obedience and trust, typically not the qualifications that humans consider important. God will often choose the most unlikely candidates to serve him.
Life lessons. Mary may not have considered the full extent of her future suffering. She may have not imagined the pain of watching her beloved child bear the weight of sin and die a terrible death on the cross. But surely she knew that her life would hold many sacrifices as the mother of Messiah. Being chosen by God for high calling requires total commitment and willingness to sacrifice everything out of love and devotion to one.
To reflect more on the life of Mother Mary, we now have a PowerPoint presentation.
Today, it is the feast day of Our Lady, Blessed Mother Mary. From Mother Mary, we learn to trust even when all hope seems gone. Thank you, Lord, for giving us your blessed Mother. Birth of Mary was a purpose. What a joy to remember that she is our mother, since she loves us and knows our weaknesses. What have we to fear? Five beautiful things to know about Mother Mary. Forget me not. It is believed when baby Jesus was sitting on Mary's lap, looking up into her eyes, he wished that future generation could see him and his mother together. He then touched the earth and forget me not flower sprang up in their memory. The Rosary. It is believed when you pray the Rosary, it's like you're taking a walk through Mary's beautiful garden. Queen of heaven and earth. The color blue became associated with the Blessed Virgin Mary in the early 5th century after she was declared the Queen of Heaven and Earth by the Church. Mother of the Church. In 2018, Pope Francis decreed the new feast day devoted to Mother Mary as the Mother of the Church would be celebrated on Monday after Pentecost. Mother Mary was the first follower of our Lord Jesus Christ. Forgive and forget. Thank you and happy feast day.
Women in time to come will do much. These words were said by our prophetic foundress, Mother Mary Ward, whose faith in what could be achieved through the education of young girls and young women has proved to be well founded. Mary Ward was born on 23rd January 1585 in Elizabethan, England, at the time of the great religious intolerance. As a woman of great faith, she saw the potential of women in the society and the need for their education. So, in 1609, she left her homeland with a small group of companions to open up a school at St. Omer, where girls were taught reading and writing, as well as the principles of Christian life. From this modest beginning came Mary Ward's worldwide congregation, and this work expanded throughout 5 continents. In 1853, this mission was started in India at Patna. She had a passionate love for justice, integrity, and freedom, and she consistently endeavored to live out these qualities.
Have you ever wondered how was Ramnee established? Well, that's a long story. Let's take a glimpse at it through a short play. The characters featuring this play are Divya Tiwari as Mother Mary, Pragati Shah as Sister Celestia, Rukaiya Nadeem as Sir Henry Ramsay, Suhana Mishra as narrator, and Mangla and Nena as the sisters who accompanied Sister Celestia.
St. Mary's Convent College was founded by Sister Celicia Renner in 1878. It all started with a dream of a place which was shown to Sister Celicia by Mother Mary. Sister Celicia is having a dream.
Where am I?
Yes, you are with me, my child.
Mother,
Yes, come with me, my child. Come.
where are we, Mother?
My child, this is the place you have to search for and fulfill the dreams of all those girls who want to study. You have a long way to go. Will you do, my child?
Yes, Mother, I will surely accomplish the task I am here for.
Sister Celicia is awakened from a dream. She sees two sisters talking and goes towards them.
My dear sisters, I have always had a dream of establishing a school. Let's make our way to India.
Yes, sister, we are with you. We will make Mother Mary's dream come true.
The sisters of this congregation came from Germany to Patna in 1853.
Now, since we are here, we need to find a place for establishing our school, through which we can provide education to all.
Yes, sister, we have taken permission from the government.
Sisters were soon successful in establishing their first convent and school in India.
We are successful in establishing our first school in India, St. Joseph Convent. No doubt, it's an accomplishment, but something in my mind says that our search is not yet over. We have to move on.
You may guide the sister, we'll follow everything you say.
A sister comes in.
Sister, the sisters who are getting old cannot withstand the heat of the plains.
Yes, sister, we may look for a place where the climatic conditions are favorable.
Sister Celicia thinks for a while and then gives her idea.
I have a suggestion. We can have a health resort for the old German sisters at Nainital.
Nainital in those days was the summer capital of the northwestern provinces.
Yes, I have heard the climatic conditions of this place are quite favorable.
Also, the presence of sisters will solve the problems of education for both the local people and the regular visitors.
After overcoming the initial difficulties in obtaining accommodation with trustful optimism, this team of 8 sisters started a school with a few day scholars in the month of May 1878.
Sister Celicia, we now need to look for some other place as the number of boarders and day scholars are increasing and we are unable to accommodate all of them here.
I agree with you. We will have to buy a new estate where a school could be built.
Somebody has given reference of a place known as Ramnee Park.
Okay, who owns it?
It is the property of Sir Henry Ramsay, the Commissioner of Kumaon.
Sister Celicia visits the place with the other sisters.
I must say, this is wonderful. This place is exactly what I had always seen in my dream.
It certainly is very beautiful. This has only happened due to the blessing of Mother Mary who has led us to this place.
Let us quickly request an interview with Sir Henry Ramsay.
Sir Henry Ramsay had lived in the estate at that time and he built 2 houses, the bungalow which is now the convent and the cottage which is the present infirmary.
Good morning, sister.
Good morning, sir. Actually, we had opened a school earlier in Nainital, but it is still small to accommodate the growing number of students. Therefore, I was seeking for a place which would help us shelter these students.
Yes, sure, sister. It would take some time, and after all the negotiations are done, the estate would be ready to give education to the number of students.
Thank you, sir.
After some negotiations, the arrangements were made for a new school to give education to the future of India.
The arrangements to move into the newly acquired estate have been done.
On 4 January 1879, the sisters moved there and concomitantly a chapel was set up.
The chapel now seems to be small. We have to build a church.
On 2nd Feb 1880, the foundation stone of the present church was laid. The estate Ramsay Park is now known as Ramnee Park because the servants working in it were unable to pronounce the name correctly. They called Sir Ramsay Ramnee Sahib. Hence the name got attached to it and continues to be called Ramnee Park till the present day.
We have honored to Mother Mary and always wished that our girls find a place in society through education. We aim to provide an all-round education to all sections of society because education is the best gift one can give or receive. It opens up the whole world to you.
No doubt these far-sighted women, the CJ sisters, achieved what they had dreamt of because they were determined and followed the path which was shown to them by Mother Mary.
Today, 2 of our sisters, Sister Stella and Sister Marisha, are celebrating their feast day. I pray to Mother Mary to always be there to bless them, to answer their prayers, and to guide them in their life. Happy feast day, dear sisters.
On this auspicious day, I would like to wish Sister Marisha a very happy feast day. May God shower His abundant blessings and love upon you forever. May you always be happy and healthy. I pray to God that He may always accompany and help you throughout your journey. Thank you, dear sister, for always loving and taking care of everybody around you. We all love you and wish you a very happy feast day.
Dear Sister Stella, I wish you a very happy feast day. May God bless you and your close ones with prosperity, good health, and happiness today, tomorrow, and the days to come. Thank you, dear sister, for always being our guiding light and support system. I wish you a very joyful feast day again.
Dear sisters, as you celebrate your feast day, may you be blessed with joy and happiness. May you be free of all burdens. Let angel light your way with grace. May you always see the beauty of this world and be encouraged to keep on pressing on regardless of the stumbling block or hardness that come in your way. May God make each day of your life as golden as you are. May Almighty go on to add many more years of your life. Happy feast day, dear sisters. In my deepest, darkest moments, what really got me through was a prayer. Sometimes my prayer was help me. Sometimes my prayer was thank you. What I have discovered is that intimate connection and communication with my Creator will always get me through because I know my help and my support are just a prayer away. We now tap into our precious connection with Mother Mary as we ask God to head our prayer. Our response will be, God, in your mercy, hear our sincere prayer.
Dear Mother Mary, you are the woman of substance, the strength of our races. Today we pray to you to give us your strength, patience, obedience, and a tender heart, so that we become your true daughters and fill the earth with your warmth and love. Your response, Lord, in your mercy, hear our sincere prayer.
Dear Mother Mary, intercede for your children who are affected with coronavirus. Comfort your children who are vulnerable and anxious. Protect healthcare workers who have put their lives into risk. Teach us to trust in God's love and mercy and to share with you the joy of having courageously faced up to all the challenges of life. Your response, Lord, in your mercy, hear our sincere prayer.
Dear Mother Mary, on this auspicious Ramnee Day, we thank all the sisters and teachers for their hard work and sacrifice in accomplishing the endeavor of establishing Ramnee as a temple of learning. Their devotion, generosity, and hard work is a blessing to the society. Shower your grace on them as they are constantly serving the society by imparting knowledge and education. Your response, Lord, in your mercy, hear our sincere prayer.
Dear Mother Mary, we ask you to share your grace on school administration and staff who are diligently enlightening our minds by conducting online and offline classes during this mortal pandemic. Keep them shielded from all illness and harm. Your response, Lord, in your mercy, hear our sincere.
Dear Mother Mary, today, as two of our sisters, Sister Stella and Sister Marisha, celebrate their feast day, we ask you to protect them from diseases, shower them with good health and well-being, help them realize the purpose of their life, bless them with your knowledge, and give them strength to do their work without any hindrance. Show them the path which will lead them to the gates of success. Your response, Lord, in your mercy, hear our sincere prayer.
Lesson 1. We are not the only ones to feel troubled. Many times we find ourselves surrounded with worries and feel troubled. May it be that we get less marks than others, or that one of our fellow classmates has something which we don't. At such times, we start comparing ourselves with others who we deem have a perfect life. But once we try and put ourselves in their shoes, we realize that they are also going through some of the other issues and are also troubled.
God calls upon ordinary people to do extraordinary things. Sometimes we are presented with an opportunity to do a task which we consider to be beyond our capacity. We, as students, often underestimate ourselves, be it increased syllabus or other fields of our life. Our unhealthy and stubborn belief that it is beyond our capability keeps us from becoming our best self and achieving extraordinary things. Have faith and submit to the will of the Lord. In hard times, it is very easy to lose faith, but we should trust God and understand the reason behind what is happening and submit to God's will, as whatever He does is for the best.
God does not leave us alone and often sends a second witness. Sometimes we feel alone and scared of changes in our life. In such times, we should always remember that God never leaves us alone. He always sends someone to help us deal with our problem. This someone can be a friend or one of our family members. So, whenever you feel dejected and lonely, always remember that God is always with us.
Words will always fall short to describe the mother of the world. So we now bring this wholesome conclusion with a prayer.
O Mother of God, accept our salutations, together with the respect and veneration with which the angel Gabriel first hailed you full of grace. May our prayers become many gems in the crown of your glory, which will increase in brightness to the end of the world. We request you, O Comforter to the afflicted, by the joy you receive in being the Mother of God, to obtain grace, health, bright minds, and good future. For the students, teachers, workers, and all the people associated with our school, from our end, we offer you all the good which have ever been performed in your honor. We most humbly request you, for the love of the amiable heart of Jesus, to hear our humble prayers and to obtain our request. Keep all of us, St. Mary's Convent schools, in your ever kind, ever loving grace. Guide in each day in our thoughts and actions. Watch over us, our Heavenly Mother, now and forever. Amen.
Ramnee is incomplete without its teachers, students, and management. It is their hard work which makes us a Ramnee family. Now, to start the second half of the assembly, I would like to present a PowerPoint presentation in front of you all.
With the rhythm of ghungroos and the beat of the music, a dancer can spiritually elevate and embody with the divine beauty. Now we present before you a beautiful Kathak performance. Poetry is when an emotion has found its thought, and the thought has found words. We present before you an amazing poem by the junior school.
गुड मॉर्निंग एवरीवन। आज हम रेमनी डे के उपलक्ष्य में एक कविता प्रस्तुत करने जा रहे हैं जिसका शीर्षक है बेटी बचाओ। इस कविता के माध्यम से हम बताना चाहते हैं कि बेटी को भी जीने और बराबरी का पूरा हक है।
यह कविता हमारी अध्यापिका मिस के रावत द्वारा लिखी गई है तथा इसे प्रस्तुत कर रही हैं क्लास प्रेप 1 और 2 की छात्राएं।
मैं एक बेटी हूँ, मुझे चाहिए सिर्फ प्यार और दुलार। फिर क्यों बेटी को अनदेखा कतई न दो संसार।
सोचो क्या हमारे बिन बसा सकोगे घर परिवार। बेटी बचेगी तभी सृष्टि रचेगी। बेटी का सम्मान करो, बेटी पर अभिमान करो।
बेटी भी इंसान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। बेटी भी इंसान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। ईश्वर की रचना है वो भी, फिर क्यों उसमें करते अंतर। उसमें भी है जान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। बेटी भी इंसान, उसे भी जीने का हक है।
बेटी भी इंसान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। बेटी भी इंसान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। ईश्वर की रचना है वो भी, फिर क्यों उसमें करते अंतर। उसमें भी है जान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। बेटी भी इंसान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। सृजित करे ये नव जीवन को, इसने प्रवाहित करे निरंतर। सृष्टि का वरदान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। बेटी भी इंसान, उसे भी जीने का हक है।
सृजित करे यह नव जीवन को, स्नेह प्रवाहित करे निरंतर। सृष्टि का वरदान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। बेटी भी इंसान, उसे भी जीने का हक है।
मैं एक बेटी हूँ, मुझे चाहिए सिर्फ प्यार और दुलार। फिर क्यों बेटी को अनदेखा करता ये निठुर संसार।
कुछ भी ऐसा काम नहीं जो कर न सके वो बेटी बनकर। शक्ति की पहचान, उसे भी जीने का हक है। बेटी भी इंसान, उसे भी जीने का हक है।
Now we present before you the performance performed by the students who secured first position in the inter-house mime competition conducted for classes 9 to 12 and fancy dress competition conducted for classes 6 to 8.
Today, I am dressed as Mother Mary Ward. I was born on 23rd January 1585 in York. It was the time when the society could not dream of peaceful coexistence of the Catholics and Protestants. I had an intense desire to belong to Jesus alone and work for the betterment of the society. I was highly influenced by the life of Mother Mary, who taught us to learn and to surrender to God's will in all things. So I also added the name of Mother Mary when I received the final confirmation. That's why you know me as Mother Mary Ward. Children, today the dress what I'm wearing is my special pilgrimage dress. When I set out from Leeds to Rome in October 1621 together with my four companions, it was a famous journey for 70 days which covered 2000 kilometers on foot. Children, life is full of struggle, but always have great faith in God. Let your love be at all time rooted in God and always cherish God's vocation in you. Let it be constant, efficacious, and loving. God bless you all.
Don't be cold. Girls are worth more than gold. We are here presenting before you a dance drama by the junior school titled Save Girl Child.
Good morning, everyone. India is a country where, on one hand, everybody with devotion in their hearts worship goddesses, and on another hand, various crimes are committed against a girl child, like female feticide, no equal rights, eve teasing, rape, and the list goes on. A girl child is a blessing. She plays many roles in her life. She could be a daughter, a wife, a sister, a friend, and so on. She is a pillar that runs the home, and yet she is not given the respect she deserves. She participates in the development and growth of the nation equally. Girls are pearls. Girl means gift in real life. A girl child should be protected, loved, and cared for by the people around her the moment she is born.
Here we see a couple living happily. They are soon expecting a child. But after discussing, the mother finds out that her husband wants a boy, not a girl. After 4 months, a baby girl was born. The father becomes very angry and wants to get rid of the child.
चिड़ैया नन्ही सी चिड़िया अंगना में फिर आ जा रे ओरी चिड़ैया नन्ही सी चिड़िया अंगना में फिर आ जा रे अंधियारा है घना और लहू से सना किरणों के तिनके अंबर से चुन के अंगना में फिर आ जा रे
He quietly sneaks out and dumps his daughter in a dumpster and runs away.
हमने सोचा नहीं तू जो उड़ जाएगी ये ज़मीं तेरे बिन सूनी रह जाएगी किसके दम पे सजेगा मेरा जा रे होरी चिड़ैया नन्ही सी चिड़िया अंगना में फिर आ जा रे तेरे पंखों में सारे सितारे जड़ू तेरी चूनर थनक सतरंगी बुनू तेरे काज में मैं
अपने हुनर से फन से मेहनतों से लगन से अपने हुनर से फन से मेहनतों से लगन से झूले गगन को बेटियां हर रंग में हर रूप में हर ज्ञान में ये बेटियां दिखने लगी है जंग के मैदान में हर रूप में हर ज्ञान में ये बेटियां दिखने लगी है रूप में हर ज्ञान में ये बेटियां
Her father realizes his mistake when he becomes old, with no one by his side. He thinks of his daughter, who he abandoned 20 years ago.
I am a girl and proud to be a girl, but many don't like girls. Today, my poem, Save Girl Child. Let me live, let me bloom, let me shine like a beautiful moon. Let me come to see this world. Let me fly like a beautiful bird. Don't be cruel or selfish. Let me swim like a colorful fish. Listen my cry, listen my scream. Let me fulfill my wishes and dreams. Let me come to see this earth. Please don't kill me before my birth.
Now, I would like to invite the participants of the elocution competition conducted for classes 9 to 12.
You can only speak well if your tongue can deliver the message of your heart. Greetings of the day that celebrates the significance of being a Ramneeite. A very happy Ramnee Day to Reverend Provincial Superior Sister Elsie, Reverend Manager Sister Digna, Reverend Principal Sister Manjusha, teaching staff, esteemed judges, and all those who have gathered here today. Today, on the occasion of Ramnee Day, we are here with the competitive spirits of the students of class 9 to 12, representing the 4 different houses. The first in the list is Anya Shukla from the greenhouse.
Warm greetings to one and all present here on this very special and beautiful morning. I am Anya Shukla from class 10B, representing Greenhouse with the motto, Honor Not Honors. Today, I will be elocuting an excerpt from the classical Shakespearean romantic comedy. Yes, none other than the Merchant of Venice. Here in the excerpt, one of the main characters, Bassanio, is supposed to choose among the golden, silver, and leaden casket The casket, which contains fair Portia's counterfeit, referred to as the lottery of casket, devised by Portia's father for any wooer to woo their lady love, a rich heiress from Belmont. The dialogues said by Bassanio are very deep and rich in meaning. They inspire us to choose not by the outward appearances, but by the inward quality of a person. For the looks can be fake, but the character of an individual can never be faked. And so here goes the excerpt. So may the outward appearances belease themselves, for the world is still deceived with ornament. In law, what plea is so tainted and corrupt, but being seasoned with a gracious voice obscures the show of evil? In religion, what damned error, but some sober bro will bless it and approve it with a text, hiding the grossness with fair ornament. There is no vice so simple, but assumes some mark of virtue on its outward parts. For how many cowards, whose hearts are all as false as stairs of sand, wear yet upon their chins the beards of Hercules and frowning Mars, who, when inward searched, have livers as white as milk, and these assume but whalers' excrement to render them redoubted. Look on beauty, and you shall see 'tis purchased by weight, which therein works a miracle in nature, making the lightest who wear the most of it. And so are those crisp, snaky golden locks, which make such wanton with the wind upon supposed fairness, often known to be the dowry of second head. The skull that bred them is in the sepulchre. Thus, ornament is but the gill show to a dangerous sea, the beauteous scarf, wearing an Indian beauty. In a word, the seeming truth that cunning times put on to entrap the wisest. Therefore, thou gaudy gold, art food for Midas. I will none of thee, nor none of thee, thou pale and common drudge between man and man. But thou meager lead, which rather threatenest than dost promise aught, thy paleness moves me more than eloquence, and here choose I, joy be the consequence. Thank you.
Well done, Anya Shukla. Now we move on to the second participant, which is Nishta Tripathi of the Yellow House.
A very good morning to everyone present. I am Nishta Tripathi from class 11A Yellow House. I'm here to narrate a monologue from the play St. John by George Bernard Shaw. John gives an impassioned speech explaining her need for freedom after she realizes that she is going to be condemned to life in prison. She uses imagery to evoke both the pleasure of being able to walk freely in nature and the horrors of being confined in a dark, damp cell. John's imagery makes clear what a stark contrast exists between a free life and an imprisoned one. In fact, the latter is worse than death. The speech shows how strongly John feels about her freedom, explaining why she would rather be executed than live a life in prison. While she loves God, she also loves being able to walk in the fields and hear the birds sing. Here I start with the monologue. Perpetual imprisonment? Am I not then to be set free? Give me that writing. Light your fire. Do you think I'd read it as much as life of a rat in a hole? My voices were right. Yes, they told me you were fools and that I was not to listen to your fine words or trust your charity. You promised me my life, but you lied. You think life is nothing but not being stone dead? It is not the bread and water I fear. I can live on bread whenever I ask for more. It is no hardship to drink water if the water be clean. Bread has no sorrow for me, and water no affliction, but to shut me from the light of the sky and the sight of the fields and flowers, to chain my feet so that I can never again ride with the soldiers nor climb the hills, to make me breathe foul, damp darkness and keep from me everything that brings me back to the love of God. When your wickedness and foolishness tempt me to hate him, all this is worse than the furnace in the Bible that was heated 7 times. I could do without my war horse. I could drag about in a skirt. I could let the banners and the trumpets and the knights and the soldiers pass me and leave me behind as they leave the other women. If only I could still hear the wind in the trees, the larks in the sunshine, young lambs crying through the healthy frost, and the blessed church bells that send my angel voices floating to me on the wings. But without these things, I cannot live. And by your wanting to take them away from me or from any human creature, I know that your counsel is that of a devil and that mine is of God. His ways are not your ways. He wished that I go through the fire to his bosom, for I am his child, and you are not fit that I should live among you. This is my last word to you. Thank you.
The third participant from the Red House, Amisha Joshi.
Good morning. I am Amisha Joshi from class 12A Red House. Today I am here to narrate an extract taken from the novel The Catcher in the Rye by J.D. Salinger. It focuses on the themes of alienation and angst. The novel's protagonist, Holden Cabwellfield, has become an icon for teenage rebellion. The novel also deals with complex issues of innocence, identity, loss, connection, and depression. So here goes the extract. I have a feeling that you're riding for some kind of terrible, terrible fall, but I don't honestly know what kind. It may be the kind where at the age of 30, you sit in some bar hating everybody who comes in looking as if he might have played football in college. Then again, you may pick up just enough education to hate everybody who says it's a secret between he and I. Or you may end up in some business office throwing paper clips at the nearest stenographer. I just don't know. But do you know what I am driving at all? This fall I think you're riding for. It's a special kind of fall. A horrible kind. The man falling isn't permitted to feel or hear himself hit bottom. He just keeps falling and falling. The whole arrangement's designed for men who at some time or other in their lives were looking for something their own environment couldn't supply them with, or they think their own environment couldn't supply them with. So they gave up looking. They gave it up before they ever really even got started. You follow me? I don't want to scare you, but I can very clearly see you die nobly one way or another for some highly unworthy cause. The mark of the immature man is that he wants to die nobly for a cause, while the mark of the mature man is that he wants to live humbly for one. I think that one of these days you're going to have to find out where you want to go. And then you've got to start going there. but immediately. You can't afford to lose a minute. Oh, not you. Among other things, you'll find that you're not the first person who was ever frightened and confused and even sickened by human behavior. You're by no means alone on that score. You'll be excited and stimulated to know many, many men have been just as troubled, morally and spiritually, as you are right now. Happily, some of them kept records of their troubles. You learn from them if you want to. Someday, someone will learn something from you. It's a beautiful reciprocal arrangement. And it isn't education. It isn't education. It's history. It's poetry. Thank you.
You have a way with words. Thank you, Amisha Joshi. Now I call upon the last participant for the day, Avni Joshi from the Blue House.
Anti-Semitism, or hatred directed towards the Jewish community, is a theme that has prevailed through the ages, being especially prevalent during the Elizabethan era, a time when Shakespeare lived and wrote most of his greatest works, including his widely read and acclaimed romantic comedy, The Merchant of Venice. The portrayal of this very theme in The Merchant of Venice has caused criticism being leveled against the play from several different quarters. However, it cannot be denied on any grounds that the greatest commentary ever written to humanize the Jews was written by Shakespeare himself, using his character, Shylock, a Jew, as his mouthpiece in this very play, The Merchant of Venice. This brilliant excerpt humanizing the Jews from Act 3, Scene 1 of The Merchant of Venice is what I, Avni Joshi, a student of class 12, have decided to recite today on behalf of the Blue House on this auspicious occasion of Ramnee Day. To bait fish withal, if it will feed nothing else, it will feed my revenge. He hath disgraced me and hindered me 500,000, laughed at my losses, mocked at my gains, scorned my nation, thwarted my bargains, cooled my friends, heated mine enemies. And what's his reason? I am a Jew. Hath not a Jew eyes? Hath not a Jew hands, organs, dimensions, senses, affections, passions? Fed with the same food, heard with the same weapons, subject to the same diseases, healed by the same means, warmed and cooled by the same summer and winter as a Christian is. If you prick us, do we not bleed? If you tickle us, do we not laugh? If you poison us, do we not die? And if you wrong us, shall we not revenge? If we are like you in the rest, we will resemble you in that. If a Jew wrong a Christian, what is his humility? Revenge. And if a Christian wrong a Jew, what should his sufferance be by Christian example? Why? Revenge. The villainy you teach me, I will execute. And it shall go hard, but I will better the instruction. Thank you.
Congratulations, everyone. Dance is a hidden language of the soul. We dance for laughter, we dance for tears, we dance for screams, and we create the dreams. Now we present before you a semi-classical dance performance.
धर्री कुकु तक तक जनक जनक तक ता जनक जनक तक ता जनक जनक तक ता जिजकिट दिलांग दुमकिट दादा दुमकिट दादा दुमकिट दादा धा 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 थरकिट 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 तक थरकिट दादा धा 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 धाकिट तक दुमकिट तक ता धाकिट कद कदिगिन धाकिट तक दुमकिट तक ता हिट तक हिट तान कदक तान धा तिरकिट धान तकिट धड़क हिट धा करदा धा तिट धा करदा धा करदान धा करदान धा धा करदान धा करदान धा धा करदान धा करदान धा
Fairy tales have been an inseparable part of childhood fantasies since time immemorial. Having grown up with them, we have known them, loved them, imagined ourselves as characters, prayed to be princesses, and reveled in their dreamy realms. But have you ever wondered what would happen if these tales were twisted upside down? If so, then this play by class 10 to 12 will flatter your imagination.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Harshita Chaudhary, your anchor woman for the day. I welcome you all to the show, Ramnee Animators for a Change. Today's show is adapted from the Brothers Grimm tale about an evil and jealous daughter who abandons her stepmother. Her vanity destroys her and almost destroys our heroine, the sweet stepmother. The knowledge of his stepmother's goodness stirred a jealous fury within her and led her to summon a huntsman and issued her gruesome orders. She ordered him to kill her sweet stepmother and bring her brain back to her. Well, does this not sound similar or rather contradictory to the fairy tale of our very own Snow White? So here we present before you all an adapted and distorted version of the fairy tale Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. Snow White and the Three Dwarfs. Well, you must be wondering, why 3 when originally there were 7? So as per the reports of our secret agents, due to the prevailing winter season and freezing cold temperatures, 4 of them are snuggled up inside their blankets, refusing to join in for the show. So now, without much ado, take your seats and fasten your seatbelts to take a roller coaster ride through the land of our Snow White and witness the twists and the bombshells as the drama unveils.
Oh mirror! Oh mirror, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of all?
You, my princess, with your beauty so grand, are indeed the fairest in the land.
Of course I am. I mean, what a beautiful face have I heard some knock. Is there someone out at the door? Is there someone there? Who is it? And why must I be disturbed now? Who is it?
It is me, stepdaughter, your mother, right, none other.
Yes, my giggling mother. Come in if you have to.
I did not mean to disturb you, but look what the courtier jester just taught me. Do you have another bow? But look, I'll just show you with this one. What's that? Sorry, I miserably failed. Leave immediately! Forgive me, stepdaughter, forgive me. I'm leaving. Miserably failed at nothing?
Is it something you have to say? Or do you have to praise my beauty?
I beg your pardon, my princess.
Well, mirror, go ahead. Praise me, my princess. Bad news for you.
I fear, since your stepmother has come so near, I have changed my mind. I have come to find that she, with her beauty so fair, is by far the fairest of fair.
What? My stepmother is the fairest of all? It's a lie, mirror. And it's a dangerous lie.
No? No? My queen, to accept the truth with dignity and grace would be far more rewarding than forever fretting about your face.
Oh, stop it, I say. I want the royal huntsman now, at this very instant.
Your Highness.
Come here. Listen carefully.
Yes, my lady, is it something you wish me to do, or is it to somebody?
Well, I order you to take my stepmother deep into the woods and cut her brain up to me. For you see, the doctors have advised me that I don't have a working brain, and I need a functional one.
A human brain might not be a pleasant sight, my lady.
Just follow the orders given. And I must know that she's dead. Be gone.
Hudson, where can we find the fruit which my daughter wants to eat?
It's just a few miles away, my queen.
I love her, but she makes me do a lot of her without even acknowledging it. Come, let's keep walking. Ah! What are you doing? Ah!
You're trying to kill me. Please, 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 spare my life, spare my life. Ah! Please don't kill me. I must not die without my prayer.
Prayer? Say that quickly.
God, I don't know why I must die this soon. But had I known the reason, I could have died in peace. I had such a big kingdom to look after.
Sweet people to bow down in front of me. But this man was killing me.
Princess ordered me to kill you. Asked me to cut out your brain and give it to her. How can I do it? How can I, who has not even killed a single ant in his whole life, cut out a human brain? I shall not do it. But you never ever come back to the castle, or else she'll kill you and kill me. How can I die with such a handsome face without even getting married?
Princeman, you're a kind man. You saved my life. I'm going far away. I will never return to that place.
Run.
Oh, my fingers! You are perfecto. The only thing you need is a good muse. And then you will create a masterpiece. Who is this whimpering? Why are you trying to disturb the silence? Who are you? Can't you see? I am an artist. And you! You are apparently art. Your eyes, your shape, your delicate hands. You are fit to become a muse. And then I will create the greatest masterpiece in the history of the earth. Greater than Mona Lisa? Of course! Greater than Mona Lisa, of course! Don't you know, Leonardo da Vinci was my student. In fact, every child in Italy knows the name of Avniardo di Pizza di Pepperoni. I, in fact, wish to make you Mrs. Pepperonia, my to-be muse.
But I wish to stay in the land. Oh!
I wish to make you Mrs. Pepperonia. But I have never heard of you. Nonsense. Anybody who claims they haven't heard of me, you know it as well as I do. It is a publicity stunt. I am the true Avniardo di Pizza di Pepperonia. And you shall be my bride. Why don't you recall of me? I can't recollect of anything. And why is that?
I can't recollect anything because I am lost.
Lost, you say? If you become Mrs. Pepperonia, then we both can be lost together in a house, in the world of art.
I don't wish to stay in a world of art. I would like to stay in a physical house.
How boring! The last time I saw a physical house was in this forest yesterday, when I saw a number of tiny human beings, I think dwarves you call them, living in a big house. My benefactors in Florence would kill to get their hands on a piece of such brilliance.
Which direction?
How does it matter to you? Just right about the corner. But where are you going?
I found a safe place. Oh, such tiny beds. Oh, God sent food for me. Oh, thank you, God. Sweet mom is really tired. Let me take a nap.
What happened to my soup? There are chunks of meat missing from my soup.
Some of my peas are missing. Someone has been in the house.
And maybe it is still there. Let's go get that. Shh. Need to be careful. Look there. See? Why you drink so much? Come on. What a lovely woman.
She looks like a queen.
You have never seen a queen. So how would you know?
Well, I have seen a king before.
That's not the same thing. It's a stupid assumption. Well, she looks like a queen. Shh, shh. Wanna wake her up? Let her sleep.
Oh yes, let her sleep on my bed. And where do I sleep? Huh?
Shh. You sleep in your chair. Good. Very good. Perfect. Let's go. Come on. Finish our dinner. I'm very tired. Oh, water got loud.
Who are you people? What are you doing here? And why are you so small?
Who, we? We are the dwarfs. Why are you so tall?
Who are you? And what are you doing at our place?
Oh, I am the Queen of Dreamland. I lost my way while into this enchanted forest. And that absurd-looking prince guided me to the only house in this forest, which was yours. If you don't mind, could I please reside here? I will do everything that you want me to do while you're away.
Oh, well, maybe one of us could help you find your way back home.
No.
Why?
I don't wish to go back to the castle. My daughter wanted me killed. And so, this is the only safe place for me to reside. Please let me reside here. I will do everything that you want me to do while you're away.
Happy? Grumpy? Do you think we should let her stay with us?
No! Grumpy likes to do things in his own way. Let's take a vote. All in favor of Sweet Mom staying. Aye. You knew, Grumpy. You couldn't win.
Poor Grumpy.
You can stay with us. Only when you fulfill these three conditions. You must prepare meals for all three of us while we are away. You must not sleep on my bed or touch my belongings. You must do all the chores while we are away.
I am ready to fulfill all these conditions, Grumpy. But can I now reside here?
Grumpy, how can you ask a queen to do our work?
All of our work can be done, but you can't ask a queen to do it. Why not? Understood? Queen.
Okay. Understood, Grumpy. A mirror, mirror on the wall. I know, you know it too. I am stunning. Who is it now?
Your Highness.
Huntsman, come in, Huntsman. Her brain?
Yes, my lady.
Huntsman. But why is her brain so small?
Her brain is small because, my lady, you are the most beautiful and the wittiest person I have ever seen. How can she has a bigger brain than you?
Well said, Huntsman. I am the wittiest of all. Be gone. Oh, mirror! Wake up, you mirror! Oh, mirror on the wall, who is the fairest of all?
You, my princess, are ever so fair, but even your beauty cannot compare with that of your stepmother, who is alive and well, far in the forest, where the dwarfs dwell.
Well, you're lying, mirror, and this is not possible, because you see, that is her brain and she's dead.
My princess, when a mirror tells lie, it shatters in shame. But I am still in one piece. It's the truth I proclaim.
Well, you're shattered now! Huntsman! Come here. Well, you killed my stepmother, huh? Didn't you?
Yes, I did.
What is in that box?
Oh, my lady, it's a walnut.
It's a walnut. It's a walnut? You betrayed me! You betrayed me? Well, be gone and don't show me your handsome face ever again! Well, babies, Mama has missed you all. And I know. Oh, well, you smell stronger. But you taste the same, anyways. Well, now I see. This cucumber would prove very helpful. And after all, who recognizes an old woman? Is there someone home?
Who is it at this point of time now? So much of mess I had to clear.
Will you please help this old woman?
Oh, old woman, you must not go unaided.
Well, this old woman has been starving for days and days. But will you please buy this cucumber for me? It's only for 10, I say. Especially for you. Discount.
Oh, cucumber. Well, take this. And you will not be hungry tonight. Eat something of this, alright?
Sure. Why don't you taste it? Tell me, how is it?
Sweet. Oh,
yes, indeed. It is sweet. Ain't it, stepmother? Oh, stepmother. Purity, innocence. This is a wonderful tribute you get for it all. Goodbye, stepmother. Get aside. Ugly dwarfs. Well, who is this handsome-looking dwarf who seems to have frozen my eyeballs? Who, I? No, not you. Your neighbor, of course you. No. I am Snow White. And you? I'm Happy. Hello, Happy. Well, for my introduction, I am just a girl standing in front of a handsome small boy, requesting him to love her.
And I'm just a boy standing in front of a girl, accepting her request to love her.
Oh, Happy. The watch. The bells. I've got to go, Happy, until we meet again.
Happy has never been so sad before. Why she's looking so pale? She never looks pale. She must be faking it. Her hands are so cold. Even her legs are so cold. She's not breathing. No. She's really not responding. You're not in your senses. I am in my senses. You check, please. No. She's dead. Sweet Poop is really dead.
That day, I was wondering why you ran away. Then I realized that you must be waiting for me in the dwarves' house. And as I'm here, my muse, where are you? What a peculiar sight! Tiny human beings huddled around a giant. How peculiar! This lady, she is my muse. I was not aware that you, my dear muse, was so eager to pose for this brilliant painting, this masterpiece of mine, and become my bride.
She's not posing.
What nonsense!
She is dead.
Artists never die, nor do their families. They remain true and they remain alive because of their art. And you are talking about an artist's muse. Of course she's alive.
Why don't you check it for yourself? There's no point of staying here. Let's go prepare for a funeral. First give her the comfort.
How rude of her! She gave me a commitment that she would be my muse. But then she went back on the commitment. How can you, my muse? I trusted you.
Let's go.
Get up! Get up! when you left me alone in the forest. That I was dead. I always knew that I was great. Apparently, I can raise the dead.
But you're no god.
I am no god, but I am a true artist and a lover of yours.
Stop trying to outrage my modesty, you fool!
I don't try to outrage your modesty. No, I'm a true artist.
You are a fool.
Then what will you do to marry me? Marry? I want to make you Mrs. Pepperonia.
I will be yours only on one condition. When you take me back to the Dreamland Castle. Lying.
That doesn't seem so tough now, does it?
No, it doesn't. And you will be the king, and I your queen.
And so I will consent, but only this condition, and then you are mine forever, Mrs. Pepperonia.
Let's go to the castle now.
Come on, go.
Come. King! Where's the king? I need the king here right now!
Who are you? Your future father.
King! Your daughter tried killing her stepmother!
You're alive?
Yes, I am alive.
Father, your wife is absurdly not worriedly lying.
I am not lying, King! Your daughter tried killing me. I was in the forest with the dwarves, saving my life.
No, Father, I did not try killing her.
She's a liar. I am not a liar. If I am lying, then ask him.
Did you see me in the forest?
I did not see anybody in the forest except my muse.
He's good for nothing. She tried killing me.
How did I try killing you?
You did not try killing me or poisoning me with a cucumber.
Cucumbers? Was it tasty? I mean, it took me a lot of hardship to prep.
You, Snow White, can never change. You think if you are the fairest, you have the purest heart in the world? It is not the external beauty that matters, it is the internal beauty that matters. Father! Now you know, King, that I wasn't lying.
I can explain.
She cannot.
I can explain. I'm sorry, Mother, but...
Get away.
I'm sorry, Mother, for...
Is that any way to talk to your future husband?
It is, because you will not be my future husband.
Well...
You are lying.
I am a married woman. I am the queen of Dreamland.
Divorce him then.
Father, they're lying.
Snow White, you can only be forgiven on one condition. Get away.
I'm sorry, Mother. Tried killing you, Mother. I'm sorry, Mother.
This scene deserves a painting.
Remove this painter. Mother, this is a confession. This is a true confession that I have to make. While on the way back to the castle, I met a dwarf named Happy.
Oh, Happy it is?
Do you know him?
I resided in his place. He was the one who saved me when you were doing your evil deeds.
I'm sorry, Mother, please forgive me, but I have unconditionally fallen in love with him. I can't live without my Happy, for he will always keep me happy, and he's the one who has made me realize the truth.
that it is not the external beauty that matters, but the internal beauty. I'm sorry, Mother, for I did wrong, but now I confess and I have change of heart. Mother.
It's okay, daughter. At some point of time, each human makes a mistake. But if we learn from them, that is what matters.
And this beautiful reconciliation deserves a
Through my observation of the play, I have a message for you, my dear audience, and that is the law of nemesis. Find a good thing and count on this. A nemesis will always want to snatch it from you. Nothing good is yours forever, because others will always want a piece of it. And so was visible through the character of Snow White, who left no stone unturned to snatch the title of the fairest from her sweet stepmother. Also, one must keep in mind that central to both nemesis and gun is the view that human beings are destined to reap the harvest of their actions. The play also reflects upon the danger of vanity. Snow White wanted her stepmother dead. She could not accept the fact that not she, but her stepmother was the fairest of all. However, it is this vanity that destroys her at the end. The concept of real beauty is another message that is conveyed through the play. Snow White was beautiful, but only on the outside. However, her sweet stepmother was beautiful inside out. And perhaps the mirror names her the fairest of all, not because of her physical beauty, but because of this real beauty. Hence, it becomes crystal clear that real beauty comes from within.
May I now request Reverend Sister Elsie, our Provincial Superior, to address the gathering.
At the outset, I wish you all a very, very happy Ramnee Day. Dear Sister Digna, Sister Manjusha, all my dear sisters, teachers and students. This is a day all of you, the Ramneeite, look forward to every year very eagerly. The pandemic and the lockdown compels us to find means and ways to celebrate this day in a different yet meaningful way. All of you know, 8th September is the birthday of our Mother Mary, who is the patroness of our school. And therefore, on this day, we celebrate the Ramnee Day. We do not know much about her childhood. Her parents, Joachim and Anne, were filled with gratitude to God for the gift of a child, and they brought Mary up as an obedient, God-fearing child and taught her to love and serve him. We cannot be certain what the future holds for us, but we do know that the life of each person has meaning and purpose. When Mary was born, the world did not know who she was. Sometimes others, and maybe even you, don't realize how special you are. Yes, every child has infinite potential. Be grateful for the opportunities you are provided with to learn, to grow, and to become beautiful persons. Today, as we celebrate our Heavenly Mother's birth, we are invited to thank God for the gift of life and to give honor to Mother Mary by showing respect for one another, remembering that God has created each person with great love and with a call to something very special in life. Mary's outstanding virtue is her total obedience to God. When Angel Gabriel appeared to her to announce the good news that she would become the mother of Jesus, she said, "Behold, I am the handmaid of the Lord. May it be done to me according to your word." How often can we have that faith amid illness, death, or financial struggles? Perhaps we can get through those crises that come in our life. But do we have the joyful faith of Mary? Even when we do not understand fully what is God's plan for us, we are called to place all our trust in the Lord. We can look to Mary's example to understand how to be patient and keep trusting God, especially in the problems and difficulties of life. She underwent many trials and ultimately watched her own son die on the cross. Her courage is really admirable. She understands every sorrow of ours and encourages us to carry our crosses joyfully. Mary is our mother and model for all families and for all generations. Let us try to imitate her virtues of obedience and humility. Like Mary, may we too become a blessing to our families, friends, and to the world. We hope and dream that every Ramneeite possess the values of sincerity, freedom, and justice, and become responsible citizens and agents of social change, committed to building a better world. Every student passing through the portals of Ramnee is expected to possess a strong value system and use their individual gifts with the confidence, creativity, and generosity in loving and responsible service. I pray that through the education you receive here in St. Mary's may prepare you to take your rightful place in the society, motivated by selfless generosity and aware of how fully you can contribute for the common good. May each of you become an ideal Ramneeite, always striving for personal excellence, courageous, loving, and grateful, cherishing the values of honesty, truthfulness, ever ready to serve the humanity with a dream of creating a just society where everyone feels safe, where there is no discrimination of any kind, and all are treated equal and justice is provided to everyone. I am deeply indebted to each and every staff for their contribution in educating the young minds entrusted to their care. Dear teachers, always remember that the role you play is an important one. May Mary, our mother, bless you always. I also gratefully remember all the sisters and teachers who have rendered their loving service in the past. May God reward them generously and bless them wherever they are. Mary, Mother of God, pray for all of us, your children, that we may follow your examples of humility, obedience, and faith in all times and at all moments of our lives. Be with us always. Bless us, bless our near and dear ones, today and every day of our lives, and keep us all under your loving care. Once again, I wish you all a very, very happy Ramnee Day. Enjoy your day. Thank you.
Good afternoon, Sister Elsie, Sister D. Good afternoon, Sister Elsie, Sister Digna, sisters, teachers, my dear friends. I'm also happy to see St. Joseph has joined us. A warm welcome to you, respected Brother Hector and Brother Ryan. We are indeed happy to see you there on the screen. I take this opportunity to thank each one of you for contributing your might to make this day a memorable one. Especially, I thank you, dear Sister Elsie, for the meaningful message that you have conveyed to each one of us. Class 9A, your beautiful and meaningful assembly took us back to reflect upon the life of our presence here in Ramnee. I owe to you, Miss Mala Singh, for the wonderful play. Creatively, beautifully prepared the children for this day. They did their best. So thank you for being present there and encouraging and motivating us. I would also like to thank my little ones who spoke very well about how to save girl child, the importance of a girl child, and well presented drama by the junior school. Thank you, dear teachers, for being there at all times to make this day a wonderful and meaningful one. Once again, thank you. God bless you. Anyway, thank you, dear students, teachers. Once again, I wish you all a very happy Ramnee Day. We missed your presence here, but you are with us on online. I am also happy to wish and greet Sister Marisha, Sister Stella as they celebrate their feast today. I ask the good Lord to bless them, protect them, and keep them safe under the powerful mantle of Mother Mary. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you, dear sister, for encouraging us. At the end, I would like to thank our manager, Reverend Sister Digna, and our principal, Reverend Sister Manjusha, for providing us this platform and the opportunity to conduct this assembly. This assembly would not have been a success without your cooperation. I would also like to thank all the teachers who have made equal contribution to make this assembly a successful one. Now, I request you all to rise up for the school anthem.